Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to mid-January, as I was told. I mean, who can believe it's this far along in the season? And this is the start of the most difficult time of the season, conference play. I know you've all been working really hard. I've been out in many gyms, seeing a lot of games, a lot of great officiating. And the one thing I was looking at this coordinators video conference from January 9th, and I get lots of emails from the coordinators and reading performance standards, and there's so much paper and rules and guidelines that you have to follow. And officiating is difficult, right? And it's difficult for so many reasons. And I commend you for being in this business and for wanting to continue in women's basketball officiating and doing your best every night. I know it's not easy. There's been a little bit of chatter about flopping, and I saw a play yesterday, and a player took a flop. It was not an egregious flop, but the flop had nothing to do with the play. And I was just wondering, how three officials can focus on a play and have, out of the corner of their eye, a flop. It's just so much. You have to manage so much. The coaches' boxes have been extended, but yet there's can still come out. There's so much that you have to manage. And I know it's difficult, and you're doing a great job. So welcome to our in-season series, January. I really appreciate you coming. We are recording this if you want to tell your friends about it. Tonight, we're going to be reviewing the shot clock. And I'd like to introduce Chaz Loomis. Chaz has been an interpreter for many years, and Chaz also serves on our interpreters team and our WCBOO Education Team, and he has worked incredibly hard at this presentation, and he's getting ready to present it to you. And we're just going to be patient with any technology. He's got a lot lined up, so be patient with us. If something doesn't go our way, we're going to fix it. And so I'm going to share my screen so that we can get started, and let's welcome Chaz. Chaz, you want to say hi while I'm getting you ready?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. We at WCBOO appreciate your participation, and hopefully we all learn something tonight.
Okay, Chaz, should be at the beginning, yes? Okay. All right. All set, Chaz, or?
As long as I can. This doesn't look like my first slide, but we'll just go with it. Rule 911, shot clock.
Oh, hold on a second. Sorry about that. There we go. Sorry, my apologies.
That's okay. There. Can't see the bottom of it, but Rule 119, shot clock displays. Article 1, a shot clock is one of the two official timepieces that display the amount of time the team in control has to release a try for a field goal so that it hits the ring or flange. Article 2, two visible shot clocks with a horn that is distinct from the game clock are required and shall be recessed and mounted on the backboard supports behind each backboard. Article 3, An alternate timing device shall be available when a visible shot clock malfunctions. Article 4, LED lights around the shot clock and or an amber light strip on the top edge of the backboard may be used. Carrie, is there any way we can, I can't see the bottom part of the,
I can read it for you.
okay, thank you.
The LED lights located around the shot clock and or an amber light strip on the top of the edge of the backboard may be used, but the light shall only be activated for a shot clock violation.
Thank you, Sherry.
Yep.
Okay, so Chaz, what you're saying is you can't see Article 4 on this?
Just the last
It
line,
cuts
Carrie.
off.
Okay.
Yeah, it cuts off on my end. I probably should have had that up a little higher.
It's okay.
Okay, Rule 211, duties of the shot clock operator. Article 5, start the shot clock when A, an inbounds player legally touches the ball after the throw-in has been released. So I guess for this, like if we have a throw-in and the ball is kicked, we're immediately kicked, we're not going to start the shot clock, if that makes sense. B, a team gains initial control following a jump ball or unsuccessful try for goal. Or C, there is a change in team control. Example would be traveling violation, illegal dribble, and the other team would get the ball with a full 30-second shot clock. 211, duties of shot clock operator. The shot clock operator shall stop the timing device and reset to 20 seconds or the time remaining on the shot clock, whichever is greater when a foul is committed by the non-shooting team in the shooting team's front court during an unsuccessful field goal or free throw attempt that does not strike the ring or flange, but is not committed against the player in the act of shooting or an airborne shooter. This is new this year. So what it's saying is if I shoot or if we shoot, the ball doesn't strike the rim and there is a foul, it's going to go to 20 or stay at 22, for example. Does anybody have any questions on that? Moving forward, 9/11 shot clock. A shot clock period is the period of time beginning when the ball is legally touched on a throw-in or when team control is established or reestablished after loss of team control and the shot clock is properly started. Start of shot clock period, start of new shot clock period. And I can't see the bottom part here again.
The shot clock period ends when the shot clock is properly started for the next shot clock period.
Thank you, Carrie. Okay, 211.6B. This will be involved with the reset to 30 seconds. As I spoke earlier, if there's a change in team control, we'll reset to 30. If a try for goal strikes the ring or flange and the non-shooting team is first to gain control of the ball. So if we take a shot, hits the rim, rebounds to the defensive team, and they gain control, a new 30 seconds will start. A single personal foul is committed by the defense or non-shooting team in the offensives or the shooting team backcourt. Example, players bringing up the ball in the backcourt. We have a foul with 26 seconds on the shot clock. We will reset to 30 seconds in that case. 6, an administrative technical foul is assessed to the defensive team. 7, a single player substitute or bench technical foul, a single intentional or disqualifying foul is committed. 10, an inadvertent whistle occurs when there is no player or team control in the shooting team's backcourt following a try that strikes the ring or flange, and the AP arrow favors the shooting team.
Can we talk about that one?
Sure. So
So
if there
Thank
is, well,
you.
go ahead, sir. I'm sorry. Who am I speaking with?
No, it's Pedro. Yeah, if you could go into that one a little bit. It's a bit confusing with the wording.
Okay. So let me just go ahead and read it
I'm
again.
sorry to laugh, but none of this is easy to read and learn.
Yeah.
Very good point, Pedro. I appreciate you coming on tonight, sir.
No problem.
Okay, I'm just going to read it again. An inadvertent whistle occurs when there is no player or team control in the shooting team's backcourt following a try that strikes the ring or flange, and the AP arrow favors the shooting team. So in this case, they're saying if there's a try for goal, right, and it hits the rim, because now when we shoot, there's going to be no team control. Hits the rim, goes to the backcourt, and for some reason the official has an inadvertent whistle. That in that case, we're going to go to the arrow, right? So
Okay.
we're going to
Thank you.
give the 30 seconds there. If that makes sense, Pedro. I don't know if I explained that well enough.
No, that was great. And just to confirm that I get it, if that were to happen and there wasn't an inadvertent whistle, we would still have a regular 20-second reset because it hits the rim. And and assuming that the offensive team gets the rebound or the loose ball.
Well, if it goes into the backcourt, it'll actually go to 30 seconds.
Correct.
So this is just another example of a 30-second shot clock period. Just like, let's just say we shoot it, the ball hits the rim, goes to the backcourt, and the shooting team recovers the rebound in the backcourt, and then there's a foul. It's going to go to 30 seconds.
Even if that
and also, even if it hits the ring, rebounds into the backcourt, I go and get it.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to go 30 seconds because we recovered it in the backcourt.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Thank you.
Yep.
Scott, did I say that right?
That is correct.
Yeah, that's 100% correct. Yep.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Pedro.
You're welcome.
Okay, so 211.6C resets to 20 seconds or the time remaining, or time remaining 21, 22, etc. During team control, a single personal foul is committed by the defense and the offensive team's front court before the bonus is in effect. 2, a violation of 9-6, which is reference to intentionally kicked, fisted, or a ball through the basket from below, is committed by the defense during team control or by the non-shooting team following an unsuccessful try that does not contact the ring or flange. Noted, only when foul or violation occurs before a try that hits ring or flange. 3, a foul is committed by the non-shooting team in the shooting team's front court during an unsuccessful try that does not strike the ring or flange, but is not committed against a player in the act of shooting or an airborne shooter before the bonus is in effect. And actually, that was on a slide earlier for the new rule this year. Okay. Still with the reset to 20 seconds or greater. The shooting team is first to gain control of the ball in their front court after contacting the ring or flange and remains live. I'm sorry. This is reset to 20 seconds. My apologies. The shooting team is first to gain control of the ball in their front court after contacting the ring or flange and remains live. 2, a personal foul that is committed by the non-shooting team in the shooting team's front court. And then here's some examples. Following an unsuccessful field goal or free throw attempt that contacts the ring or flange and remains live. During a successful field goal or free throw attempt, but is not committed against the player in the act of shooting or an airborne shooter. 3, the shooting team is awarded the ball for a throw-in in the front court following an unsuccessful try that strikes the ring or flange. 4, the shooting team is awarded the ball for a throw-in after a simultaneous held ball or inadvertent whistle in its front court when the AP arrow favors the shooting team following an unsuccessful field goal or free throw attempt that contacts the ring or flange. So if we shoot and the ball hits the rim, it comes off and it's close to a simultaneous held ball, and now we keep the arrow since it hit the rim, and let's just say there was 25 on the shot clock, it's actually going to downgrade to 20 seconds because it hit the rim, and the AP arrow favors us, so it's gonna go to 20.
Mm-hmm.
And I just added these, just a few definitions, just to, if there was any questions about any of the shot clock, maybe this would help knowing a few more things with the rules. So for 8, control, player control, team control. Article 1, a player shall be in control when holding a live ball, dribbling a live ball while in bounds. A team shall be in control when a player of the team is in control while a ball is live and is being passed between teammates. When a player of that team has disposal of the ball for a throw-in. Also during an interrupted dribble. Article 3 says team control shall continue until the ball is in flight during a try for goal. An opponent secures control of the ball, secures control or the ball becomes dead. Article 4, there shall be no team control during, there's a few here, a jump ball, the tapping of a rebound, a try for goal after the ball is in flight, the period that fouls A through C while the ball is being batted, and in quotation marks, from the vicinity of other players, because we're trying to secure control of the ball. So once we release a try for goal, there's no team control. And when we're tipping the ball away from the defenders, we don't have control of the ball as a player control. If we're rebounding a shot and tipping away from the players that are close to you, you don't necessarily have control in that case either. So hopefully that helped with some definitions of player and team control. And Rule 911, shot clock. Article 1 states a shot clock period is the period of time beginning when the ball is legally touched on a throw-in or when team control is established or reestablished after loss of team control and the shot clock is properly started. The shot clock period ends when the shot clock is properly started for the next shot clock period.
Hold on, sorry. Oh,
I can read the rest if you need me to.
no, sorry
Oh,
about
there it
that.
is. Okay, that's good.
Whoops.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, Carrie. I know this looks like a lot, and I'm sorry if you guys have any questions, please chime in. Article 2, a shot clock try for field goal is defined as the ball having left the shooter's hand before the sounding of the shot clock horn, and then striking the ring or flange or entering the basket. Article 3, the team in control must attempt a try for a field goal within the time allotted. And Sherry, would you finish Article 4 for me, please?
Sure. It is a violation when a try for a field goal does not leave the shooter's hand before the expiration of allotted shot clock time, as indicated by the sounding of the shot clock horn, or when it does leave the shooter's hand before the expiration of allotted shot clock time and the try does not subsequently, I hate that word, strikes the ring or flange or re-enters the basket.
I didn't do that on purpose, Sherry, I promise.
That's okay. I always have a hard time with that word. Carrie knows that.
Thank you, Sherry.
Sure.
So in these two examples, the one on the left shows the shot clock at 2 seconds and the ball is released in time. So that would be a legal play as long as it strikes the ring or flange. After the shot clock horn sounds, the try strikes the ring, I'm sorry, and then it goes to the right. It hits the ring, and this is a legal play. I believe that's what it says on the bottom, right, Sherry?
Yeah, after shot clock horn sounds, the try strikes the ring flange. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
No, that's probably on me. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sherry, please.
Oh, that I can't read, Care.
Violation, ball in shooter's hand when shot clock horn sounds.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, is that it, Chaz?
I believe so, yep.
Okay, perfect. We're at the end there. All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing, all right, Chaz?
Yep. And then I'll do. Okay, I just want to thank TJ Halliday and Mike Million for helping me out with a few plays here. And can everybody see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta take this down. I thought this was a good illustration for everybody to visually see and hear.
Stanford Notre Dame, and we're down to the last few minutes of the game, fourth quarter here. And we want you to watch. This is an awareness of the shot clock example, and we're just talking about mechanically how we can do a great job of covering this play. Challenging play. So let's run it through once so you get a good look at it.
Shot clock nearing 10 again.
Shot clock runs down.
So right now you can see the shot clock is at 7 seconds and the lead is rotated. So I think at this point, it's a good opportunity for the center to take a look at the shot clock and the lead as we go across the lane here. So let me go ahead and keep playing it.
Being run here.
Shot clock at 5. Roberson with 2. Thompson can't
And a
make it.
defensive rebound. Okay. So now let's go through and know that we stop it at 10 seconds and we're in a rotation. As we're in a rotation, steal a look at the clock. So you got to feel here now. We're at 10. And so right now, the lead should be looking through at the other end, and the center coming down in a new position should steal a look up to the clock. Even the new trail who can be looking through the defense, and then in her scope of vision, she can look at the clock. So everybody should have an idea here that the clock is running down. So now we stop it at 6. Same thing. We get 6 down to 5. We got to feel that internal clock. We got to feel that they're, we have to be prepared to make a decision. What we're really trying to do here, members, is put you in a place where we're going to reduce the surprises. It's the worst thing that can happen. All of a sudden, the horn goes off, the ball is or is not, and we're not really in a place mentally to make a decision. So we want to be in a place where habitually we're locked into this play. So now as the ball comes over to with 2 seconds on the shot clock, now we got a tough play here. We got 3 things. We have defense, we have release of the ball, and we have the 3-point line. So all 3 officials need to be aware of this play. The lead even can come in and look up through the play to help with the clock. The center official must move up. So you see, if we stop it at 1 second, with the ball's up on the fingertip, you see the center official is leaning. Like you see the center official make a 2-step adjustment and move up. She can have a great look at point of contact. And the trail must also know here that there are 3 things here. There's refereeing the defense, point of contact, the 3-point line, and the release of the ball. So, and the lead has to realize that these are 3 challenging issues. Now the ball is very, very close here. But rule release, and it appears that by the clock down below that it is out of her hand. But we have to have a high level of awareness so that we're not surprised on this play and be ready to help each other.
I thought that was a great illustration to share with everyone. Does anybody want to chime in here, or would we like to go to the next play?
I think maybe Scott or Rich could maybe just give us some perspective on what you're thinking on a play like this.
Yeah. On a play like this, I'm not sure who was speaking, but I definitely agree with his thoughts and tidbits. This is definitely a 2 to definitely 3 official play. I think at this point of the game, we'd be lying if we said that we weren't all, geared on this play. The league has essentially no competitive matchups in the paint. So anything that the league could help out with. The shining, I guess the silver lining of this is that this is a monitor game, and it is a monitor. I would think out of all the things that was mentioned before, the least thing we're worried about is the feet. Because don't forget, we can review 2 to 3 if the ball goes in. The ball does not go in, it's a moot point. But if the ball goes in, we can always look at 2 to 3. We can kill the play right then and there. I'm assuming at this point they're out of media timeout, so we're not going to wait for the next media timeout. So I'm assuming that we're going to go right away. Want to make sure that we don't miss a foul. A lot of times, so many times we're geared on the shot clock running down, that we almost give the defense a free pass because we think, it's a bailout or whatnot. And a lot of times, and I know, speaking from my personal opinion, when that shot clock goes down, and even when an offensive player puts up a shot and the defender closes it out, we have to make sure we can't miss illegal contact. Not to mention that illegal contact, we have to also make sure that illegal contact occurs before the shot clock violation. Because remember, just kind of a caveat to this, if that contact is after a shot clock violation, unless it's intentional or disqualifying, we are taking back that foul. So this play has a lot of stuff going on. I think that was they tell us kind of not to lean, but I think if you're gonna lean in a time, this is probably an opportunity where any supervisor or any evaluator would say, hey, you're doing the best thing you can to get a look on that play, because we're all geared up and we're all kind of engaged on this play, especially this point in the game. I don't know if Rich wants to add anything else.
No, I agree with you, Scott. I mean, like you said, like the silver lining is that they do have a monitor in this game for anything, and knowing that isn't the case with every game, but knowing this is, I think this is a Final Four game here or close to it. The fact that they're going to have many angles to look at this, but knowing that, looking for illegal contact is the first thing here. So no, I agree with everything that Scott said here. It was a great synopsis by whoever, Chaz, you had voiced that over.
We'll just say it was George. I don't really know, to be honest with you guys, but I thought I would insert this one into our playbook here. So
yeah, and just kind of food for thought for everybody. And somebody told me this a long time ago. If you are in a monitor game, you're fortunate enough to have one. Remember, the only thing that you really can't review in a play like this is the actual foul. So let's make sure we adjudicate the foul, because like we said before, even if you call the foul and the foul happens after, we could always rescind the foul, but make sure we don't focus so much on the clocks that we miss illegal contact on a shooter, especially at a stage in the game like this.
That's a great tip, Scott.
Yep. Thank you, Scott and Rich. Appreciate that. Let's go to the next one. I can here.
Pedro asked, could we see the score? Is there any chance we could move that play bar for a second?
If you just grab it outside of the.
Yeah,
there it is.
And we're down to the last
81-76.
Thank you.
That was a great play, guys.
Let's see if I can pull up the next one here. Okay, I'm going to start it back over here. Shot goes up. And this is the play that we talked about, Pedro. The ball hits the ring, rebounds to the back court. Shot clock 30 seconds.
That's a great example, Chaz.
Yeah, I thought this was a good one too. Also, take a look at the rebound here. Blue 15, right? Taps it in my opinion, there's no control there, correct? So it's still, you know, you have I have other examples where the player actually throws the ball and we deem control, but in this play, I hope most people think that there's no control with that tap. So we wouldn't have front court status with the ball. I'll go through the back court, 30 seconds. I think this is another one.
Rich Kelly with 13. Maduro's second, no good. The back tap by the Patriots and then saved into the front
Okay,
court,
we'll
which
run it
Johnson
again.
didn't need to do that.
Is there a way to mute that, Chaz?
Rich Kelly with 13.
Let's see here.
Can anybody call out the directions on how to do that?
Yeah,
I'll
just press
turn the
that
volume.
speaker. Yeah, you can do that too. You either just press the speaker or turn the volume all the way down. Yeah,
There we go.
thank you. Yeah, if you can play it at least twice, because I don't think
Yeah,
we're all
I'll
getting
run
the
it
same
twice and then I'll throw in, so there's the one time. And then this is the second time. So same thing here, the ball is tapped, right? The player jumps for the front court, gains, which he didn't necessarily have, like they were going to say. He could have let the ball go to the back court, grab the ball, and we're going to get a fresh 30. But in this case, he jumps from the front court, gives the ball with possession here, front court status. So now you can see the official, he's going to signal for the 20 seconds. And I believe he's right. Anybody else have their opinion on this play? Tap. Control. Front court. 20 seconds. You want to watch it one more time, Pedro? We'll go one more time. These are interesting plays to me. So again, if we let the ball travel to the back court when we gain possession, we're going to get a 30-second shot clock period. Let's go to this one. We'll let it run through. So this was another example of no reset, because this is not a legal try for goal. Hits the ring, out of bounds. Not a legal try for goal, no reset of the shot clock.
So Chaz, well, my video is very choppy. So was that a pass or something?
There was, okay, so yeah, I'm sorry, Sherry. So the
It's okay.
player gets it in the post along the baseline,
Mm-hmm.
and he's passing to the wing on the opposite end of the court. And this is obviously, you know, a judgment, but in my judgment, I would deem this as a pass, not a shot. And it
So
does
the
hit the ring.
officials deemed it the same as you did. So it was a pass, hit the rim, went out of bounds. So was it deflected?
So yeah, it actually hits the ring and then hits White's back
Okay.
on its way to the floor.
Okay.
Sorry. And so it goes out of bounds, which actually is probably a good thing, because now we can at least, you know, a lot of times that'll happen and the ball just stays live and then
Mhm.
we've got to make a decision on the run.
Mhm.
Here. But the ball actually becomes dead. We can communicate to the shot clock operator, thumbs up, we're good. Or if we had to change it, this would be a great time to step in and change it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to run it one more time. A lot of these plays don't happen very often, but these are really, really cool ones to look at.
Here's a question, Chaz. If it goes into the basket, does it count as a score? Fran, could you come
If
on
it
and
goes
answer that
from
question?
If it goes through the hoop from above, yes.
What's that?
Fran, is that what you meant?
Yeah, because he said he was deeming it a pass, so it wouldn't be a reset. But if that pass goes in, it's going to count, right? As a score?
Correct.
Okay.
If it's, and correct if I'm wrong, if it's passed from outside the 3-point line, it's still going to count, but it's just going to be count for 2 points. It will not be
Okay.
a 3 because it's not a legal try for goal.
Okay.
But and in this case, yes, as the officials, you need to judge whether it's a pass or a shot. But I think it's pretty clear on this one that it's a pass. So we're not going to have a legal try and a reset. And then I've got a couple more plays here. I'll let it run through full. I'll go back. So in this case, the ball does hit the ring. The shot clock continues to run. And it looks like the center official either doesn't notice that it hits the ring and reacts to the shot clock horn sounding and waves it off. Luckily, I'm going to run it again. Is this one still choppy or no?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Chaz, have you tried to video optimize by chance?
If I could, I would and knew how to do it. I'm very green with this, guys, and I apologize for not being.
Yeah, I mean it's fairly simple. If you stop sharing for a second, and I think under the share screen option, there's a video optimize option.
Oh,
It's under, so Chaz has got to do it himself. It's whoever's sharing the screen, I believe.
Okay, so I stopped sharing.
Yeah. And then if under once you hit share screen, click that at the bottom left hand corner before you click the screen
Okay.
you're going to share. Hit
Yep.
optimize for video clip.
Yep.
That tends to help with video sharing.
Okay.
It's not bulletproof. Don't get me wrong. You might still have to do it twice, but it usually helps a little bit.
All right, appreciate that.
No, anytime.
All right, let me run it and see if that helps, guys.
Better.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fuzzy, but it's better. It hasn't,
Yeah, I think by the
Picks-
second time it should be okay. But
Yeah.
It's a little fun. At least we're seeing the ball.
yeah,
Before you couldn't even see
Really, it was
motions.
that bad? Oh my God, I'm sorry, guys.
it's okay, Chaz. It's all good.
It's
We get the
technology, man.
concept. And you,
So the ball
Chaz, you gotta love the way that the officials get together and talk about it. So that's another key thing too here.
Right, so the ball hits the front of the rim, and like I said, the shot clock continues to run, and the shot clock horn goes off. Let's see when it does. So let's just see if I can stop it. So it looks like, which it's kind of funny. I don't even know as if the shot clock period expired before he shot the ball or released the ball there.
Yeah, I think that's what they're discussing now.
So let's see if I can. So right there, okay, yep. So the LED lights are on and the ball is in the shooter's hand. Is that a good frame? Can you guys see that?
That's perfect.
Okay, so yeah, that was the communication with the officials. I believe the center official may or may not have seen it hit the front of the rim, and he, makes a judgment with the ball being in the shooter's hand at this point when the LED lights and the horn goes off. So great communication by the crew there. Because the trail official was signaling reset, reset, reset. So we get together. Good communication. Count the basket. Play continue. And then so we have a shot from the 3-point. Rebound. Steal. So I'm going to go back. And this is where it's key if we need to decide if the rebounder secures control of the rebound. So the non-shooting team controls the ball. White steals it. So now there's a clear change of possession here. And obviously the shot clock operator didn't think so and resets it to 20. And, I think in this case, they gave them a chance to immediately go up with it. And since they did not and passed the ball out, we're going to stop play and make the change to 26 seconds on the shot clock. So we'll go back. Ball hits the rim. Black secures possession. White steals. Change of possession. Full 30. Give them a chance to immediately score. They do not. Pass the ball out. Change the shot clock. Anybody else want to chime in on that?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah, who am I speaking with?
Fran Engine.
Fran.
How you doing tonight?
Yeah, good.
Good.
So I noticed, so when the defense caught it, right, there should have been a change in the shot clock. And then another change when the offense stole it away. but they put it to 20, and then they got kicked out near the division line, right? Or near the, just above the, somewhere near the table got kicked out over there. And I think like 4 seconds from the 20-second clock went off. When they stopped the clock, it was maybe down to 16 when they
Yep.
stopped the clock. So would you say 4 seconds went off like what the 30 should have been and put it to 24, or do you just give them the full 30 right there out of bounds?
So I think, I'm sorry, I should have ran it all the way through. A great question. So like we said, there was the steal or the rebound and then the steal. So we have a change of possession. So we're going to get a 30-second shot clock period. In this case, the shot clock operator reset it to 20. I would be a little hesitant to fixing it right away, since the ball was pretty much at the foul line. So, you know, they could just go up with it and shoot it or drive to the basket. So I would be hesitant about killing it right away. So then they did kick it out. And at that point, you knew that, if you didn't know, or they reset it to 20. So then we noticed that once we do kill it, it's at 16. And that's what he did, was he killed it at 16. And then we're just going to say, okay, it should have been 30. So we're going to do minus 10 or plus 10. So 16 plus 10 would be 26. And they're going to actually fix it there. See, I should have ran it all the way through. So they did go to 26 on this play, for the shot clock period. I don't know if you guys can see it.
No, we can't see it.
Okay. So yeah, I rebounded it, stole it. They changed it to 20, and then he passed it out to, you know, his teammate above the 3-point line. And then the official stops the play because he notices that it's down to 16 and it should be 26. So then he kills it and fixes the shot clock and changes it from 16 to 26. So I thought they did a good job on this play of being aware of the shot clock and change of possessions and team control, player control, some of the definitions that I threw in there too. So those are all the plays that I have. I mean, I don't know if the optimizing helped. I can run back.
No, Chad, that was much better. We could at least see the ball. I mean, the quality got better as you continued. So
Yeah.
I appreciate you doing it.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
guys, because I don't know if it's normally like this, but like it's almost crystal clear on my end, and so I apologize.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that, so that's on me.
It's all good, Chaz, because we're right on time, and I know some folks on the call have another meeting to get to, but let's have any closing questions or comments for Chaz?
Yeah, I was curious, and it's something that I do pretty often, but I'm always happy to hear what other officials are doing to manage the shot clock, right? At all levels, right? No matter where you are. What are some of the self-talk things that you're saying to yourself as you're, trying to manage that shot clock?
Sorry, Pedro, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Yeah, I was kind of opening it up for discussion. Yeah.
I mean, me personally, I'm always trying to learn too and pick up new things that work better for me. I'm working on, knowing when the ball is inbounded and catching the game clock number and the shot clock number. Or at least knowing that game clock number. But me personally, I'm struggling to remember it every single time. It's that's what is hard for me. But I will say how much, how important it is, because we use it on every single play or every single possession. So I can't stress enough, how important it is to at least try to work on that all the time and be better with the shot clock and different scenarios. I don't know if Scott or Rich or Carrie, you guys have any?
Yeah, I can chime in. I think, Pedro and everyone else, I think clocks are extremely important to us as officials, even though that we have clock operators at the table, we cannot take that for granted and have blind trust. That is a part of our responsibility to know clock situations, even when we have, I take for granted when I do games with a monitor that, that is an extra resource I have to go with clocks. But, some tips that I have is whenever I'm rotating from C to T, taking a glance at the clock and seeing what the shot clock is, knowing, especially now, we don't have a visible count for under 30 with 10 seconds in the backcourt. So as a crew, not just the new trail administering the throw in, knowing what the new 10 is going to be as the C or the new lead, knowing that. So I think it's just critical always picking up the clocks. It makes us look sharper as a crew. When we know if we have, even if we're working with a table that has recall on the shot clock, if you can get the number before the table does recall, it makes us look better as a crew. So I think the more that we can be better as clocks, as individuals or as a crew, it's going to make us look more, on the same page in an actual game. Even if we can rely on resources, at the end of the day, we rely on technology for a play-by-play or a replay, and that can go out at any point. So if we in our head can know clock situations, it's going to improve how we're perceived as officials on the floor. Even if the technology is working, we don't have to use it if we're 100% sure that we know it. So I'd always say, like, when you're in rotation, like, take a glance at the clock. It's almost like driving a car when you look at your different mirrors. I would say it like that is, every 2 to 3 seconds, you're looking at your rear view mirror, your side view mirror. Do the same in game with clocks.
That's
Thank
well
you.
said, Rich. I mean, there were times where I just count down the entire 30 seconds, the entire game, in my mind, and looking at the clocks. You should be just about right on time with the clocks as you're counting down. It should match. So anything that you can do during a game, if you have games that maybe just for a quarter, try to train yourself to be more aware of the clocks on throw-ins and just counting down as much as you can. Just try it for like a 5-minute period. And if you're successful, try it the next night, and build upon that. You can't expect to be clock, if you've never used these habits, you can't expect to be perfect in the very first game that you're doing this. So, try it for 5 minutes. Tell your partners, tonight, this is what I'm working on. And making eye contact and seeing your partners look at the clocks as well. All right, well, this was a nice intimate setting tonight. I really enjoyed our session, especially the participation from all of you, but most especially Chaz gave a lot of time tonight, but he put so much time into this presentation. And it's the information, but it's difficult putting it together and wondering how it's going to be received. And we really wanted to focus on a rule that maybe we think we know, like who can't say, all right, in 30 seconds you got to take a shot, it's got to hit the rim or go through, otherwise it's a violation. But it's just not that easy on the floor. It's not that easy at all with everything else. And Chaz, that first women's play that you had with defense, a 3-point shot, and time counting down, it just goes to show, like I said at the very beginning of this Zoom, how hard you all work. Officiating is not easy, and
No.
I commend you for everything. So I'll take any closing comments from anybody, and and then I'll stop the recording.
Chaz, well done.
I appreciate it, guys, everybody. Thanks for all the questions. It helps
Thank you, Chaz.
everybody stay engaged, and again, appreciate everybody coming on tonight.